everyone. It is Teresa from Teresa's Spot for Art, where I love sharing art from my heart and teaching you how to create a little joy in your life through some fun, simple, and quick art projects. Today is Crazy Hair Day. No, today is Ornament Day. I have a few ornaments for you guys. I also have not this essential stencil one. I forgot to change that. We're going to do wood cutouts. We're going to do some oyster shells. And then if we have time, we're going to paint on these rounds. Okay. So I have the PDF for you here for the simple rounds. And that's the one we're going to start with. And then we're going to move on to the oyster shells. And then probably I'm just going to get my time lapse going. And then if we have time, which we probably will, I'm going to paint on the round ornaments. Okay. So let me move this out of this. These are my napkins. So let me move my napkins out of the way. Almost no text. And these, I got these. Michael's is already having sales on their Christmas stuff. So I got, it's a 30 pack. It's marked $20, $19.99. I got this 30 pack with the string for $6.99, you guys. $6.99. What a bargain. And that was just last week. I don't know if they have any more left, but I was very excited about that. So let me turn you guys around and we will get started. So this is the PDF. And we're going to be making, let's see, how many do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4. I painted 2 of them already. I'm going to paint 2 more. Okay, I'll show you guys. It's like the beauty of cooking channels on the TV. All right, these have the holes in them. So this is a PDF and, hey Annie, this is a PDF and an SVG. So if you click the link and you sign up, you'll get 2 files. This one you can use, and you don't want to use the black circle in the SVG. You're going to remove that. So if you know how to use your Silhouette or your Cricut machine to print, I'm going to show you these vinyls. You're not going to use the black circle. I'm just giving you that for size. But you can then use these to trace or use them for vinyl. So the first thing I'm going to do is, I have a little black here. This is my Mod Podge brush. I don't want that. I want a paintbrush. Okay. The first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to come over here to my little bit of black paint. I painted one of, this is brown and this is black. Okay. I know, great buy. But I'm going to paint these black. And then we're going to put these aside to dry while I work on the others. Now, if you needed to tape this off, you could. If you needed to cut a circle or trace a circle on here, you could. And then you can paint within it. This goes along with me not measuring. These are rustic wood slice cutouts. I am not going to worry about my circle being perfect. Do I want it to be neat? Yes, of course. But I'm not going to worry about it being perfect. And I'm just using the line in here from it being a tree to get a round circle. Now you could even use chalk paint for this, chalkboard paint, not chalk paint, not Waverly chalk paint, but chalkboard paint. And then write on here with regular chalk or chalk marker. I'm going to show you. So put out that. I'm going to use this brown one for something else. So I think I'll paint 3 of these because I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with the brown one. So I'm just coming in here. If you want the download, I did joy, peace, merry, and then I did a very simple Christmas tree and a very simple poinsettia that you can either paint or cut out a vinyl. And of course, you would have to cut out a white vinyl, or you could paint your ornaments white and cut it out of black vinyl. You do you. Okay, so I am Teresa, and welcome to the Crafty Bunch. Today is Ornament Day, hosted by our friend Amanda from Simply Flamazing Art, and she is simply flamazing to me and an awesome friend. This event is in the Crafty Bunch page, so I will, maybe Amanda can drop that in here, or maybe I could drop it in here. And if you're not watching on the Crafty Bunch page, you can hop over and watch on the Crafty Bunch page, because this goes until 8 o'clock tonight. And all you have to do if you're watching in the Crafty Bunch is refresh the page at the top of the hour, and you will get the next creator with their really fun ornament tutorial. Okay. So I put the Crafty Bunch group in my previous post. And while these sit and dry a little bit, these two are the wet ones, these two are the dry ones, let me go grab that for you and we will put it in here. There it is. No, that's that. Okay. CRAFTY. Oh, wait, I think it's the THE. The Crafty Bunch. There we go. Apple C. Come back over here. Apple V. Okay. So I put the link in there for the Crafty Bunch group. You want to hop over there, you can. That's where you can watch from. And then when the next one is up, and who's after me? Today is, after me is Virginia, and she will be up next. And then you just have to refresh the page, and you'll be at the next presenter. I had to get my scraper. Okay, so I've already cut these out. These are little tiny cutouts. I'm going to do this one. They've been cut out of Oricount 631. They have transfer tape on the front. If you have a Cricut or a Silhouette, you know what I'm talking about. I'm peeling off the back. And then I'm just going to line this up. Eyeballing it again because I don't measure anything. And brush it down. Okay. And for you guys, I did Joy, Peace, Mary with the bells, a poinsettia, Joy if you want to do a little bit of faux calligraphy, and then a simple Christmas tree. And you can trace these on. I'm going to show you that on that one. Or you can cut them out of, there's an SVG file as well as a PDF, and you can cut them out of vinyl and do this. How simple is that? Cute, right? Cute, simple. These two are drying. I'll do another one. Let's do Peace on this one. So I'm going to take my burnisher. Make sure that's really on there well. I'm going to peel off the back. If you don't have a vinyl cutting machine, I'm going to show you how we can use this PDF as a tracer. And it'll work just as well. Eyeballing it up. Putting it in the middle. Giving it a scrape. Peeling it off. Look how easy peasy those are. Cute, right? And then you can take, I have this red and white string, or I have what came in this, I have the twine that came in here. You can use that as well. I'm going to put these together. Actually, you're probably not going to be able to fit both of them through here, so I'm just going to have to do one. I like when you can fit both and then do like a slip knot. That's probably not going to work. Oh, no, that's not going to work. I'm going to have to use the, twine or get one of them pullers, you know, like the ponytail puller thing. This will work. I like that string, but it's a little too thick. So I'm going to put this through here. Does anybody see that thing that they sell? It's almost like something that you would use for when you have to pull your string through your hoodie. when the string comes out in the wash. It's like that. All right, so pull that in, give it a cut. I'm gonna just make a double knot up here like this. And there we go. You can even, I could put a knot down here further. You can put beads on here. I have these cute little bows. You can glue a bow on there. I didn't plug in my hot glue gun, but these little bows, I think I got them like a pack of 25. You can put that right on there. Okay. And that one. All right. Now this one, I'm going to show you how we're going to use this. I'm going to cut this out so I can line it up. Actually, let's do this one because it's on the bottom of the page, and then I won't be cutting up my whole page. Okay. So I'm going to put this on here. I'm going to center it as best I can. Again, not worrying about. I'm going to tape it down. I'm going to get a little piece of graphite paper. I have this little square here. I'm going to put it under there, and I'm going to grab a pencil. And so if you don't have a vinyl cutting machine, an aglet is an aglet. Oh no. Yes, the aglet is the thing at the end of the shoelaces. I'm talking about the thing that's like a loop. It's almost like a giant needle, and you fish that through with the string in it, like the string is thread, and you're threading a needle, and you push that whole thing through. Okay, so if you have the PDF, I have taped it down. I've put a little piece of graphite paper underneath. And now I'm going to trace joy in here, little dot, and lift this up. That's what I did on the brown. I don't know if you can see. They do make white transfer paper. I actually have some. I don't know if you can see. Can you see? You can see the letters, right? So you can use a marker for this. Hello, Lolly Doodle. Actually, I have a paint pen. I'm going to get a paint pen. I have this Posca paint pen. I'm just going to give it a shake. Then I want to start it over here a little bit to make sure it's not glumpy. So I just use a little piece of scrap paper. And then I'm going to come in here. Joy. And in faux calligraphy, we want to always thicken the downstrokes. I'm just going over my lines again. And easy peasy. So I did this one with the tracer from my PDF and a little bit of graphite paper. And then we did these two with vinyl. And I'm gonna, now that these are dry, I'm gonna do these in vinyl. So this one says Joy. I'm gonna peel off the back. Oh, need to scrape it a little bit with my burnisher. Hey Amanda, I'm good. How are you? You know, it's funny. So I went to the store today, and I have two reasons for telling you guys this story. So anyway, eyeballing it. Put it right on there. I went to the store today. I had to run some errands. I had to pick up something, a couple of little like stocking stuffers. And I said to myself, I should get out more, because if I got out more, I'd have more to talk about. I do get out. I get out for my in-person events, but I'm not going to the store. I'm not flitting around. I'm not doing things like that. But anyway, so I went to the CVS. If you guys like, it's like the Walgreens. I don't know if you guys have CVS. Easy peasy, right? And you can get the PDF and the SVGs if you want to make these simple ornaments. So I saw this 4-pack of Burt Bees. And I know Burt Bees is a little bougie and a little pricey because it's bougie, all natural, blah, blah, blah. But I'm like, oh, I can get four. It was four, not chapsticks, but like the Burt's Bees lip protector stuff. And so it was a 4-pack, and I was like, I can do a 4-pack, and then I'll put one in each stocking. They rang up, you guys, at $15. I was like, no, thank you. No, thank you. I looked at the kid. I'm like, wait a second. These are $15? Can you just take them off? I'm sorry to be a pain. He's like, $15? I'd take them off too. I was like, you got to be kidding me. So crazy. I think I'm going to plug in my hot glue stick. My hot glue gun. So then I can show you guys these things. There we go. $15 for very expensive. I know. For 4 lip balms. Yeah, no thank you. I'll stick with the chapstick. I'm just peeling that off. And there you go. So look, that's extra, that's extra. So we did these already. I'll get another string for you. Just cause. And if you missed it at the beginning, you guys, they're already on sale. Perfect for last minute stuff. I got this 30-pack. Talk about stuff being expensive and then not. This 30-pack from Michael's. It's marked $19.99. I got this 30-pack. I actually bought 2 of them for $6.99. $7 for 30 wood slice ornaments. Okay. I'm going to fish this through here. I'm going to get a piece of wire so I can use these too. This time I want to make 2 knots. Hey, Patricia, long time no see. How are you? Thinking about you the other day. I don't know if you still do them, but let me show you something. So it's a little messy now, but you guys, Patricia made this for me years ago. I keep it here. It's in the background of all my videos. It has paint on it. Sorry, Miss Patricia. And I don't know if she still makes these. There she is. There's my girl right there. But my awesome logo, it stays there on my desk. Okay. Anyway, I wanted to put 2 knots in this one. I digress. So there we go. And you see how this one split? I'm not gonna lie, these wood cutouts will split, but it's okay. I mean, what's more rustic than a piece of tree that was just hacked on the horizontal like that? So I don't even care if they dry out and crack like that. It's okay. It's okay. Then I have, I'm gonna show you something. Let me show you something. Why am I shaking my glue? It's not paint, it's glue. So I'm going to come around here and I'm going to put in a bead of glue around this whole ornament. Okay. Then I'm going to use my finger and I'm just pushing it down so it gets a little wider and not as bumpy. So I'm just tapping it. Okay. Then I'm going to get a piece of paper because I don't want to make a mess. That's not a whole piece. Here's a whole piece. Okay. And I made this faux snow, you guys. I made this faux snow. It is a combination of diamond dust, which can also be a little pricey. So it's diamond dust, silver glitter, and Epsom salt. Okay. Then I took this shaker bottle from Kraft Cheese, and I'm just going to shake it on here. Okay. I don't mind the overspill. And look at that, you guys. Look how cute. Got to put the string on it. And then I'm just going to take this. I'm not going to do it, but I will just take this now and put it back in my bottle for later. Okay. I like this combination of the Diamond dust, because diamond dust is a little pricey, and the glitter and the Epsom salts, because they're all different size chunks and they're all different size shimmer. I could even have traced with my glue. Great Epsom salt. Thank you. Virginia from 13 Design is up next. I could even have traced on my lettering and put the glitter on there as well. Okay. So if you want this, it is posted above. You can get this free download. It's a PDF and an SVG if you have, what do you call it? A Cricut or a Silhouette. So now my hot glue gun is hot. I'm going to put these little bows on here. You can do these little bows. You can do any bow you want. You can leave the bows off. And then, too cute, right? Do you ever see those videos where they make the bows with the fork? Or actually, you can make them with a fork, or you can make them with your fingers. Now this, I didn't put the strings on these yet because I'm really going to try and get those, not with you guys right now, but I'm really going to try and I'm going to get a piece of wire or a pipe cleaner or something and feed these through a couple of these. So there we go. Cute, cute, cute. String, glitter, a little bit of paint, and you're good to go. All right, let me put these away. This I don't need. Okay, up next. Yes, tiny bows. Yeah, you could do them on a fork or in your fingers somehow with a little ribbon. I'm going to look up the video. These are, you guys, oyster shells. So now, if you live by the water like me, you could walk down the block for a mile. And my husband and I picked these up. We got a whole giant, like, spackle bucket, big bucket, full of these within like 30 minutes, the two of us. And then he carried the bucket home. Then I had to wash them. Wash them took a little bit of time, but that's okay. Then they have this is where the mussel attaches to the shell. Obviously they open up like this. They're a clam shell. They're an oyster shell though. And it's a very, very dark spot. So I base coated these in white. They're all different sizes and shapes. And then I have some napkins. So I'm going to go through my napkins and I'm going to see what can go where. This design is probably, this one is too big for everything. This one might work and this one might work. Let's see what else we got here. I gotta look. Let's see what else we got here. Too big. Too big. Ooh, part of that could work. That might work. The cardinals might work. The cardinals I just used because I did a lantern. I did one of these cheap lanterns from at home. And I put a different cardinal on each side. Ooh, that could work. That's the mistletoe. A different cardinal. Oh, this is a really good size. All right. Ooh, this is good. This might work too. I put a different cardinal decoupaged. You can find that on my page. Those are cute. Ooh, these are. Oh, you guys stop. No. Okay. Okay. So, you can find that up on my page too. It was a square glass lantern, battery operated, and that's a good one. And I I painted white on each side of the lantern, and then I decoupaged on the glass. So I'm going to just cut this out wide for now. And put this aside. I'm going to see how it's going to fit. It's going to fit pretty good. Pretty good. Okay. So I'm going to You have to take these apart. Some napkins are 2-ply, some napkins are 3-ply. Sometimes you can put a little piece of tape on both sides and then kind of like pull them apart. Some napkins are more cooperative than others. It just depends. And it's a napkin, y'all. If you get frustrated, move on to another one. It's all okay. It's all good. This is a 2-ply, so that means it has 2 parts. This garbage one for now, and then this one. So I'm just going to carefully take them apart. And you have to take the plies apart, because if you try and Mod Podge and it's the 2-ply, this part is going to stick to your surface, and then this side is eventually going to come up. So you have to take them apart. Then I'm going to get this little brush and some clean water, and I'm going to go around. I'm literally painting a water line around this design that I want, the part of the design I want. So then I can come over here and rip it. And now I'm ripping it, and we don't have those harsh edges that I would have if I did them with scissors. The fibers are pulling apart. Sometimes if it dries too quick, you have to wet it again, or only wet it a piece at a time. Like now I have to go get a little bit more water because that dried. And then this just gives a much nicer edge. I base coated my shells with white paint to cover up that black spot. I'm going to make sure this fits again. Yep. I'm going to get my Mod Podge. And then my Mod Podge brush here. When working with Mod Podge, the thicker the paper, the thicker your Mod Podge or your varnish or whatever it is you're using to collage with. Okay? In this case, I'm only doing napkins. Napkins tend to be very thin, so this can be thin. When I mean thin, I mean the consistency. So now again, I'm going to eyeball this down. I'm going to gently tap it in the middle. I kind of line it up, and now I'm going out to the sides. These shells are curved, so to get this to lay completely flat would be a chore, and it probably wouldn't happen. You can't really mount something completely flat to a curved surface. So you're going to end up with some wrinkles, but that's okay. These are handmade, and that's fine. And I'm just gently tapping it down with my fingers. I want to make sure we get the edges real good. And what I like about this is now I can just take and scrape along the edge here. And because it's the shell, you can get sander if you want, if you have a sanding block or one of those little yellow hand sanders. But because it's the shell, the extra paper just cuts right off on the side of the shell. And we don't care about that because I'm going to show you what we're going to do. So we're going to put this one aside to dry, and we're going to do this one. I'm going to get one of these cuties. The snowman. Should I do the snowman or the penguin? Maybe I'll do the penguin. Let me take that apart. Let me get my scissors. And you know I'm only going to cut this penguin out because I'm going to use the rest of the napkin for something else. All right. We want to get our plies apart. Again, be careful. Some napkins are 2-ply, some are 3. You'll know because when you take it apart, the color part with the design will practically be translucent. Okay? And again, I'm going to get my water. And I'm going to come in here and cut this out. And I'm just gently following along the water line and ripping this apart. Okay, make sure it fits. Yes, it does. Get my Mod Podge. Nice even coat, but not, we don't want it too thick. Again, I'm going to put this down. I'm going to just tap it into the middle, and then I'm going to gently work my way to the outsides. Okay. Now, once this is a little bit dry, I'm going to come back in here with a clear coat on the top. I know that let the other one sit a little bit longer, but time is of the essence here, so we'll do that. Okay. I think I'm just going to do 2 of these. So let me just close this up for now and put that aside. So we have these 2. That was my water brush. These are also shells. Let me get my heat gun because there's 2 more. Well, there's 1 more step. So now you can put little bows on these. We're going to hot glue strings onto the back. Oh, I can use this for this. That's a good idea. But then I'm going to show you how we're going to finish around the edge. Hey, Cindy. Absolutely, Virginia, absolutely. Imperfections are okay. And you know what? I had a friend who used to say, there's no perfect on this side of heaven. So there you go. I'm going to show you what let me show you what we're going to do. I am putting out a little bit of gold paint. And then I have some snow text because I already showed you how I used my faux snow diamond dust and Epsom salt. You guys are getting the royal treatment today. All right. So we'll do this one first. Where's the brush I was using for my water? Here it is. So because this shell has a little bit of gold in it, I'm going to take my gold paint and now I'm going to paint around the edge. A little bit of a line around the whole edge of this ornament. And it just gives it like a little finishing touch. You can put a bow on here. And I'm going to show you, I'm going to use twine. I would probably use a shiny ribbon on the back of this if I was doing them for something else or was more prepared for this class. Okay, but there I just put a little bit of gold around the edge. And then I can take my twine. Did I leave it out? Yeah. I can take my twine, cut a little piece. Make a small knot in it. And then a little dollop of hot glue and my twine. And we are good to go. How cute is that? Okay, so we have that one. This one, we don't need this whole thing. So I'm going to cut this in half. Waste not, want not. I'm going to do the same thing with this. And I like the red on this one because I use that cute little penguin. So I'm also going to tie a knot. I feel like if you tie a knot at the end of your twine or whatever you're using for your holder, it gives the glue something more substantial to hold on to. So instead of just folding it over and sticking it back there, I make a knot. I could even go back and put a glue over it, a glue dot over it, but I'm not gonna. I'm just gonna leave it like that. So there's our handle, or hanger, whatever you want to call it. Now I'm gonna open up my Snow-Tex. I don't know if you guys have used this before. It's almost like spackle, but it's a little glittery. I will use a popsicle stick if I could find one. Oh, there it is. I use a popsicle stick for this. And I'm going to get out a little bit at a time. And I'm just going to scrape it around and fill in these edges. So that's why it didn't matter so much how we cut our napkin. But if you don't know how you're going to do the edges, if you're going to paint them, if you're going to leave them, it's a good idea to do the water method. So then you don't have harsh edges. And I'm just using this stick. And I'm coming in here. Oops. And I could use this on the rounds that we did. It doesn't take a lot. This will dry hard, and then it'll be on there. I could put a bow up here if I want. Another little tiny bow. It's up to you. They're your little ornaments. You can do whatever you want. And there we go. That's the other one. Okay. I'm going to close this up. And get rid of that. So this is what we've done so far. We've done these Mod Podge oyster shell ones. We've done these with the vinyl. I have a silhouette, but you might have a cricket. We've done these with the vinyl. And then I showed you how to use the PDF and use a tracer with a paint pen or a brush or whatever. Okay. These I probably will, this one I'll probably give a clear coat. These I won't. I usually don't clear coat vinyl. Okay. So that is 2 ornaments for you guys. And now we're going to do a little painting. I didn't know how much time we would have. So I do have one of these plastic rounds. Let me move this stuff. And, oh, I thought I had it. So this is a wine glass. I'm going to paint this very simple poinsettia on this round ornament for you guys and walk you through it step by step. Let me clean up my crap here first. Okay. The first thing I want to do, I'm going to take the tag off. The first thing I want to do when I paint on hard plastic, glass, charger plates, what have you like that, I will clean it with alcohol. So I have my rubbing alcohol here. I'm trying not to put my grimy fingers all over. And I'm just cleaning this here. All right. And then I set it in this cup. So the cup holds it. Let me move this. I don't need this for this. Okay. So I'm going to make, these are put together. And so if you're a little type A, I know I don't use a ruler, but I'm type A. Go. Oh, I often subscribe to live streams because I like to chat. Hi, Linda. Linda's my mom. So you're not Linda? What's your name? Um, for somebody who doesn't use a ruler, I do tend to be a little type A. There's a seam here. These get put together. So I like to do my design in what would be considered the middle. We're going to take our seam into account. Okay. I'm going to get out a little white paint. Christmas is, yes, in 8 days. My shopping is done. My wrapping is almost done. Not that one. How about you? How about you, Linda's daughter? Or Linda's son? Okay. Getting a little red and a couple of little greens. So I'm going to do a dark green and a light green. And then I have out my gold. I don't really paint with watercolors. I've been working on it and practicing, but I prefer acrylics because I'm better at acrylics. So I'm going to get this little brush. Actually, you know what? I'm going to get a clean brush because that one had black on it and I don't feel like fighting with it. Okay. All right. So this is what we're painting. I can put that there for you. I painted a set of these glasses last year. I need a little yellow for my center. I don't want that yellow. Here we go. Okay, you don't need a lot of paint. When you're painting on wine glasses or these hard plastic glasses, you can actually use acrylic enamels. I'm putting the center on here first, so it gives me a starting point. Okay. Then I'm going to get some white, and I'm going to just paint in these leaf shapes, their football shapes, whatever you want, or however you think of them as being. And I'm base coating them in white, so my red will really pop when I put my red in. So they come out from the center, they come to a point on the end. Come out from the center, come to a point on the end. And you can do these on both sides of the ornament, one side of the ornament, totally up to you. Okay. And then I'm actually even going to put one now in between. Okay. So again, point and fill it in. You want to have a nice chisel edge on your brush. See how my brush, my fibers, oh no, not that. That wasn't a good one. My brush fibers are together. You want to have a point on your brush so when you come here to draw it in, your brush fibers aren't going everywhere. Okay, so that's what we have. It actually looks like a big giant daisy right now, right? I'm going to wash my brush. Now you want to let this dry. I'm going to hit it with my heat gun because if you don't let this dry, when you come in with the next coat of paint, it's just going to lift. Okay. Let's show everybody what we did if they want to catch the replay. I don't want to get too close with my dryer or my heat gun because my ornament will melt. These are plastic and I'll end up with a huge melted concave ornament. You just want to make sure it is dry to the touch. And I stand it in this cup so it doesn't roll around. If I'm doing a number of ornaments, 6, 7, 8, I line up these cups right across here, these plastic cups. I stick a round ornament in every one of them, and then I'll do all the yellows, I'll do all the whites, all the reds, and I just keep going from ornament to ornament. They're not rolling around. I don't have to hold them. It works out really well. Okay, so now I'm going to come back with my red. And you know what I want? I'm going to get a little bit of either burgundy or berry wine. I have berry wine here. I'm going to use some berry wine. I want to add a little bit of a shade to my petals. So I added a little bit of berry wine to the edge of my brush. And this way, have a little bit of shading going on there. Okay, so the red, I got the berry wine. And I'm going to do all the petals I did to begin with first. Work my way around. Something for everyone today. A little vinyl, a little tracing, a little decoupage. It's okay if I don't go exactly over my red. Over my white. You want to cover the white, but if your red is bigger, that's okay. The white underneath is just helping your red to pop. So I got word today, you guys. I have girls. My girls are bigger because I'm a little bit older. And so my kids are 28 and 30, 2 girls. And one lives in Costa Rica and one lives in Nashville. And so I just got word today that they will both be home for Christmas. So I'm very excited to hear that. I have to go to the airport to pick one up tonight, and then the other one will be home on Saturday. Now, even though these I put in second and they're in the background, I'm painting them in on top. So I'm picking up the red, I'm picking up the berry wine, and I'm using my brush with both colors on it and painting in these beautiful petals. When I paint sometimes on these or on wine glasses, I use acrylic enamel paint. And then there's instructions on the enamel paint of how to bake them in the oven so the paint cures. So now we have our poinsettia on there. I'm going to wash my brush. And give it a dry. I'm going to let my you an extended stay. Yes, an extended, extended stay. Yes. So the one is going to be home for 2 weeks and the other one's going to be home for like a week. So I'm very excited. So I knew Nashville was coming home. I knew my 30-year-old daughter number 1 was coming home. That was planned. But the one from Costa Rica was up in the air for a couple of reasons. And so now she just texted me earlier today and said, coming home on Saturday. So I'm like, woohoo. And then not only that, but I don't even have to go to the airport on Saturday. Her dad's going to get her. I just put my hand in paint. I do have to go to the airport tonight. So I have to go into, if you guys know, I live on Long Island. So we have two airports in Queens, LaGuardia and Kennedy. And I have to go into LaGuardia tonight and pick up my daughter. It's going to be a lot of traffic, but that's okay because it'll be worth it to pick her up. And I will just listen to an audiobook on my way. So now I'm putting in some leaves. These are a little bit of an advanced leaf. You can do these leaves. You can do a simple leaf. Totally up to you. You don't have to put any leaves. You can just put the big poinsettia. I'm trying not to get my fingers in my paint. You can just do a regular leaf. I'll show you on the other side. And come over here. We can just do a leaf on this side the same way that we did our petals, where they're narrow at the bottom, narrow at the top, and then a little bit wider in the middle. And then we have that beautiful poinsettia. No, I never heard of that, Linda's daughter. Okay, is that gonna reach? Yeah, that's good. Still put it back in there. So I'm gonna get my gold now, and I'm gonna paint in my center here with some gold. I base coated it with the yellow, and now I have my gold. I could go back over it with yellow. If you don't have gold, that's fine. But I'm coming in here. And we don't want our center to be like a total, like, circle. We want to, it's not going to be not a total circle, a perfect circle. That's what I meant. Okay. And then wash my brush. How's the time going? Okay, 8 more minutes. We can do it. We can do it. I'm going to dip the back of my brush in some white and add some centers. Now this is just a simple poinsettia. I know poinsettias often have stamens and they're yellow, but we're doing this so anybody can do it. All right. Now I'm going to take some white and I'm going to roughly, and not perfect, I'm not perfectly outlining them. I'm just adding some highlight to my petals. Not too much. Okay. The same thing with my leaves. One side. A little bit of highlight too. Brush my brush and get out a little black. I'm going to come back in here where I did my white. And I'm just doing a little bit of black. Not as much, just a tiny bit. And I'm going to go around my center. I said the center does not have to be a perfect circle. And then when I come back in here with the black, I'm even doing a little bit wonky. Wash my brush. And then if you want, I like to take the paint and add just these little clusters of dots. 3 dots all together. You can fill these with faux snow. You can fill these with, what do you call it? Those little styrofoam balls. The trick to filling these with those styrofoam balls is to spray them with Static Guard. If you spray these ornaments with Static Guard, your styrofoam will not get stuck when you paint them. I mean, when you fill them with the styrofoam, they will not get like staticky and get stuck. Oh, yeah, physicist seems like it would be a little bit of some hard work there. I don't know. I know I couldn't do it. And I'm pretty good at multitasking, but I think it takes more than multitasking to be a physicist. Oh, let's put my brush in there. And then I'm going to take a little bit of the gold, and I want to add a little bit of gold to each petal as well. Just bringing in the gold from the inside. And there is our simple poinsettia. I know this one had different leaves. I can show you how to do them. That was from last year. And then here we go. Let me turn you guys around and we will go over everything. So thank you for joining me. Here is the poinsettia we painted. Very simple. It even looks cool from the inside, doesn't it? Even with the white in there. So very simple poinsettia. All the petals are basically a leaf shape, and then you shade them and highlight them. And I use this cup when I paint these rounds to stand it up in. So that's that. Then we did these really cool oyster shells. These were Mod Podge. And this one has a little bit of gold paint around it. And then all we did was hot glue some twine. This looks like it has more gold paint because that was a gold tree. That was part of the napkin as well. And then we did this one. I think, is this one dry? Almost, not completely. We did this one, and this one I added a little snow tech to. This is decor. It's like it's almost like spackle or sandy spackle. We did that little cute penguin, and then we added the snow tech to that one. Then this one, I used my faux snow. I didn't put a hanger on that one yet. This my faux snow, which is this, and it's a combination of glitter, Epsom salt, and diamond dust. So diamond dust is a little pricey, but you can. This was probably, it was a little thing of glitter, 3 scoops of diamond dust, and 3 scoops of I used a coffee scoop. 3 scoops of Epsom salt. Different glittering and different size chunks. I have to put a string on that one. And then these were all so simple. Wood slice ornaments, and then vinyl that I cut on my silhouette. You can cut them on your silhouette or on your Cricut. Put a little bow and a little string. If you want the PDF, it's in the comments. This is a PDF and an SVG, so if you want to cut them, you can, or you can print them out. And on this one, if you go back to the replay, I show you how I used this with a tracer and then wrote on there with a Posca paint pen. So up next is Virginia from 13 Designs. I can't wait to see what she's going to do. If you're watching the Crafty Bunch, all you have to do is hit refresh, go up top, hit the little the refresh thing, or hit enter again. Your page will refresh, and you can see Virginia and who's next. If you are on my page, hop over to the Crafty Bunch so you can see everybody else. This goes until 8 o'clock tonight. And there's going to be a lot of creations going on. So it was nice to see you guys, and I'll catch you next time.